So hello everyone and welcome. My name is Rebecca Cafiero and I'm so excited to host this call with one of my dear friends and business partners, Mackenzie Arbel, and a couple of the other incredible women who are part of our community. So I just want to ask everyone, just for a minute, you're investing your time right now, whether you're watching it live, which we've got almost 40 people and which is so exciting, or you're watching the replay later, and asking what prompted you to jump on here? What prompted you to take time out of your busy schedules? And what are you looking for more in your life? I don't know if anyone's ever heard of the book, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. It's a favorite of mine. I love it. I love personal development. But he talks about level 10 living and having the different areas of your life, like your health, your finances, your fun or happiness, your relationships, your impact or purpose, and where are you on a scale of 1 to 10. So I would just ask everyone, what is it that you're wanting to elevate or you're wanting to improve? What are you on here to get more of? And maybe it's just one thing and you find out like, hey, there's a few areas I can improve. So I want to take everyone back about almost 5 years ago now to where I was at. So I was a successful on paper real estate executive. I was managing a team and was, kind of doing like all of the right things, was working out, was eating healthy, but I was really struggling in my life. I definitely was not living a level 10 life in any area. And at the time I was so overwhelmed with where I was at, I just felt like I was on this hamster wheel. And I knew the first area I needed to focus on was my health, because I think we can all agree that if we don't have our health, we have nothing. If we don't have our health, we can't get to work. That's where we earn money. And so I was just really wanting to focus on feeling good, because I felt like when I felt good physically, I could figure out the rest. And I thought that I was doing all of the right things. I was eating clean, cut out gluten, cut out dairy, cut out processed foods. I was basically like Whole30-ish, but I still was struggling. And so I had a girlfriend that introduced me to nutritional rebalancing, or Isagenix, which is what we're here to talk about tonight. And I will admit I was a little bit of a skeptic, because I'm kind of that girl that's like, well, if it doesn't come from the farmer's market or my farmer's market or my naturopath, like, I don't know, is it really that good? But the girlfriend that had introduced me was raving about how she had so much energy. She wanted to go to the gym, not like felt she had to go to the gym, but she wanted to go to the gym. And I just was really tired of not feeling great. And so I figured, what do I have to lose? So I started, it'll be 5 years in December, and ordered my 30-day system. And within 5 days, I was like, I feel better than I even knew I was capable of feeling. And I'm someone that took care of my body, but I just was missing something. Well, I was missing a lot of things actually, but I woke up day 5 with energy. I woke up with clarity. I woke up before my alarm. I wasn't falling asleep at 2 p.m. or at 6 p.m. And I wasn't craving chocolate, which anyone that knows me knows that is a small miracle. I just assumed chocolate cravings were genetic in my family. So I had already looked at the ingredients, and I loved the fact it was gluten-free and that there was a vegan option because I'm a dairy-free girl. But I really got interested in the science behind it, because I was like, how is it that all of these things I've done before, and I never actually really did a fad, but like the cabbage soup diet, or like eating raw for a month, or drinking these disgusting powders my acupuncturist would give me, like, how is it that all of those things didn't make me feel great? I'm going to shut the door really quickly, because I've got a very active toddler in the background. So how is it that all of those things didn't give me whatever it was giving me when I tried the system? And I learned a few things doing this research. And so I want to bore you all with a couple of the details. But if you want to know more, there's phenomenal resources at isagenixhealth.net. And I would just encourage someone wants to type that in the chat bar. That's just a phenomenal resource. So here's what I learned that I was not addressing with just clean eating and working out. Number one is toxicity. We have toxicity coming at us from every angle. I mean, I live in Northern California. I was in traffic 2 hours a day. I guarantee you I was breathing in smog and things, even in my hybrid that's supposed to be clearing the air for me. And, the things we put on our skin. I use natural products, like organic products, but we're still getting subjected to things when we stay at a hotel and use the hotel shampoo, that aren't probably the best things for us. We are obviously our food sources, and as clean as we eat, if you eat out, or even if you eat organic food still has sometimes pesticides and herbicides. That's a big shocker, but Google NPR organic pesticides. The point is that it's almost impossible not to somehow be subjected to toxicity. And that's even if we're being mindful. There's a lot of people that don't know what they don't know. So they're really struggling and they're not aware that a lot of it is what they're consuming or what they're subjecting their bodies to. So that was the first thing, is I had never addressed toxicity. I didn't understand that even though I was cutting calories and working out before, that sticky kind of little extra layer I had around my midsection had nothing to do with how many crunches I did or how many green juices I did in the morning, that it was actually a sign that toxins that entered my body had become fat cells called obesogens. I told Mackenzie I wasn't going to nerd out too much, but literally fat cells that your body produces to help you insulate toxins. It sounds disgusting, but it's true. And it coats that organ area. So that was number one, is addressing toxicity, which Isagenix and cleansing or intermittent fasting absolutely address. They've done studies to show how your blood gets clear of toxins and PCBs, which are plastics that are in a lot of things. Number two is stress. So I was a little stressed out. No, I was insanely stressed out. I had woken up more than once experiencing something that I would consider to be, an attack of anxiousness. We can't say that it cures, treats, or prevents anything medical, but I was definitely not being able to handle my stress levels. And when your stress is high, whether it's from, financial, or it's from work, or it's from relationships, or it's from traffic, what happens is it increases your cortisol level. And when your cortisol levels are high, or your stress levels, it suppresses human growth hormone. And that's what human growth hormone is, what actually helps regulate metabolism. So you can be eating the right things, you can be counting calories, but if you're not addressing toxicity or stress level, then you're not addressing a balanced, healthy body. And actually that's what Isagenix stands for, is balanced health or balanced life. And number three is nutritional density, or dense nutrition, which is the idea that, especially as Americans, though I just was in Europe for 6 weeks and I saw a lot of Europeans that are looking more and more like Americans, is we are overfeeding our body, but we're undernourishing. And what I mean is, people are counting calories, but they should be counting nutrition. So just because you eat something that's got 500 calories doesn't mean you're getting great nutrition. And in fact, even if you're eating those organic meals that you're paying for, which, good for you, you should. I mean, if you're eating organic, you're taking the first step to reducing toxicity. But even if you're eating all those organic things, what's happening is your body isn't able to break down and absorb it all, because it doesn't have maybe the digestive enzymes or the minerals or whatever it needs to deliver it to your body. So Isagenix addresses all of those things. It addresses reducing toxicity so our bodies can function without all the stress we were putting on it. It addresses stress management, and it addresses dense nutrition. It basically fills the gaps that we have in our everyday diet. Doesn't matter how clean you eat. And lastly, it's convenient. So it combines all of it. My son is asking for a shake right now. I'm about to turn it over to Mackenzie and have to go make this little guy a shake. If that isn't a testimonial, I don't know what is. I'm going to make you a shake in just a minute, okay? Come here. Come listen to all the ladies. All right. Whoops. So the point is that, our bodies need it. I mean, as a mom of a toddler, there are days that my child, all he wants to eat is like quesadillas, and they may be gluten-free and organic and with vegan cashew cheese. But the fact that I can get a shake into his body, I know that he is getting the nutrition that he needs. And that is what is so important for me as a mom, as a woman, as a wife. I mean, all of it. So that's just kind of from the health side. But the second side of this is, I got it in my body. I had this transformation. I released 18 pounds, 36 inches off my body, 2 dress sizes, 3 jean sizes, and felt better than I knew I was capable of. But then the second side is I was like, everybody needs this. Like literally everyone. People as neurotic as me need it, but people not as neurotic as me that are struggling with their health need it too. And that's when I realized there was this other gift to Isagenix, which is the fact that I could share something I was using and loving, and someone that I knew that was struggling could benefit from ordering online from their online grocery store of Isagenix and pay the same wholesale price I was paying, and I could help others. So to talk a little bit more about that, I'm going to bring out my dear friend, Mackenzie Arbel. She is an incredible young entrepreneur. She's a multiple 6-figure income earner. She's going to share a little bit about her story and why, even though she's not a health nerd, she's just a natural entrepreneur, why this product and this company and this industry and this time made so much sense for her. So Kins, come on out while I make this little man a shake.
Well, thank you, Rebecca. I love when you share about the products because you do it so beautifully. And Rebecca was humble because as she used these products and started sharing them, she also built a multiple six-figure income, and really started blessing people with the nutrition, but also this income opportunity. She had a very successful career in a corporate job, and pictured herself one day being able to be a mom and not, be working all hours of the day. And that really propelled her forward into looking into Isagenix to free up more time for herself, and for what she wanted for her future. So we're so grateful. We always say thank you to the person that went before us. So Rebecca was in town in San Diego for an Isagenix conference, and she needed to get a spray tan. So she went on Yelp and ended up contacting me. I was 24 at the time, was living in downtown San Diego with my now husband. We were dating at the time. He is a pilot in the Navy. So I was born and raised in Michigan, living across the country. I was really struggling in San Diego. I was working 3 jobs, running a small business, just trying to keep my head above water, and really trying to hack away at some really big student debt. So so grateful that I got this phone call off Yelp one day, and it was Rebecca, and spray tanning her, and she just had this like beautiful external but internal glow. And we were chatting, and she told me she was in town for a health and wellness conference, and started asking me about what I loved, and I really spoke to my love for entrepreneurship. And she shared with me a little bit about Isagenix. So I was very excited to learn more, and it's fun to share our stories because I was super skeptical about the products, but I was very, very, very excited about the referral opportunity. So I ended up ordering my system, and I had tried so many different things before. I had tried shakes before. I had tried eating clean before, and it never was anything that I could really sustainably keep up with. And being in the beauty industry, what made a lot of sense to me, because I didn't know anything about nutrition or fitness, was the fact that Isagenix was aiding your body as a system. And when I looked at skincare, I looked at, for the ladies on the call or that watch this recording, when I thought about that, it was like, okay, well, with our skin, we need to moisturize, we need to hydrate, we need to cleanse, we need to exfoliate, all these different things. So when it came to the body and feeling good, I was really struggling with energy. I was really struggling with some skin problems. I was really struggling with convenience. Working 3 jobs in downtown San Diego, I was eating Subway for lunch or running into CVS and grabbing things like Flaming Hot Cheetos as a snack. No wonder I was having some energy problems. So the idea of having convenient nutrition that was filling the gaps for me, but helping with things like cortisol levels and energy, it was right up my alley. So I tried the products and ended up releasing 18 pounds. And I was just so excited that Isagenix gave us the opportunity to just refer this forward. Being a small business owner, I knew the grind of running a business and all the expenses and time it took. And so when I looked at the opportunity of building a residual income with a company like Isagenix, that money and product didn't pass my hands, right? I got to refer it, and I got to set people up with their own wholesale account. Think just like Amazon Prime or Costco, and show people these amazing products and welcome them into a community and guide them through the products that had already been created. I was so on fire as a 24-year-old to look further in this opportunity and then really dive in deep. So I, built a 6-figure business in 13 months. And really what it came down to was sharing my experience and sharing my why with people. And so I'm not even going to get any more into my story because we're really here to hear stories from beautiful leaders on our team. So one day I got this Instagram message from this beautiful bride-to-be asking me what this pink smoothie was that I posted about. And thank goodness she messaged me because she's a beautiful leader on my team. I'm going to let her share her story actually. Allie, will you come out and share with us?
Hi. Yes, I am. Hi. Can you hear me? Okay, good. That message, I still remember. Can you believe it was 2.5 years ago? So crazy. So here I was on Instagram. I was getting ready for my wedding. Summer was coming up. I was one of those people, Rebecca said she didn't try any fads. I tried every fad since as long as I can remember. And my weight was something I struggled with for a while, and coming up on like the most exciting day ever, I didn't want to have the stress of crash dieting before the big day or wondering if my dress was going to fit or anything like that. So I came across Mackenzie's Instagram page, by fate, whatever you want to call it, thank goodness, because I needed what she had. And not only did I just see that cute pink smoothie, we ended up getting married on the same weekend. I went through her whole entire page and I saw that there was not only awesome products, but an amazing community that she talked about. I'm like, I don't know all the details, but I need to be a part of it. And I'm so glad you messaged back. But so yeah, Mackenzie sent some more information about how it all worked. And I was like, sign me up. I tried everything anyway. Why not? Obviously, I was really motivated for the big day. But I really had no idea it would be so much more than like a short-term solution for my wedding. And at the time, that's all I really thought about. So I was one of those people in the community, just like reading every little post and super excited, but I never like interacted. I wasn't ready to share my journey yet or anything like that. I was focused on me and my big day that was coming up. But I fell in love with the products. I released 45 pounds total, I guess now, which sounds so crazy in this picture. Oh my gosh, like staring back at me, it's so crazy. But it wasn't just the weight that I lost, it was everything that I gained. I started to make new friends in the group. My skin changed, like my confidence, the stress. I used to work in the hospital. I'm a nurse, but I was working for a medical device company and I had no set hours. So I would sign up for a workout class thinking like, okay, I'm going to go really hard in the gym this week and I'm going to cut out carbs and I'm going to meal prep. And the weekends were crazy. It was summer. I wanted to spend time with my family and my friends and enjoy like this really special time. And weekends went by too quick anyway. So I was getting really tired of like, that huge grocery haul and all the prep and all of that. And also I'd be that person calling last minute to be like, hey, I can't make it to the class. Something came up at work and I hated that feeling. So when I started Isagenix, oh my gosh, everything changed. The simplicity of just like adding that awesome nutrition into my day without like, wondering if I was getting everything I need. And my husband a week in looked over at me and was like, how are you even awake right now? Like I had to be at the hospital most mornings at like 7 a.m. And so I'd be in bed at like 9, so like grumpy, setting my alarm for so early the next day. And I didn't even notice, but I was like bouncing around doing stuff around the house. And he's like, you're still awake. Like, what's up? And I'm like, I think it's Isagenix. I think I'm cleansing those toxins out. I don't know. This is really cool. So noticed all those changes and fast forward about 6 months later, we were on our honeymoon in Hawaii, obviously had the best day of our lives. But it was such a whirlwind. It all came and went so fast and I really had a time to just like relax. We were on the beach and we got a sneak peek of our photos back from our photographer. And I still get chills thinking about it, and I've cried on calls before, so I won't thinking about it. But I texted Mackenzie when I saw the photos because, like, for the first time ever in my life, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I felt so amazing, but I thought, like, what would I have done if I didn't have this? Like, this community, these people cheering each other on every single day, like, on those tough days, on the days where you're like, can I keep doing it, and can I stick with it? And it was the best feeling ever. And that was when it really clicked. I texted Mackenzie thanking her so much for sharing her journey and thought, I'm sure there's so many people in my life who feel like how I felt 6 months ago and were feeling really stuck too. And this could be life-changing. And some of those people were like my own family and friends and people I hadn't even told about this community that was sitting right here open, waiting for them to jump in too. So that was when it really clicked. We enjoyed the rest of the honeymoon, but when we got back, I just, started sharing on social media and with friends and telling them what I had been up to, why I was so excited. They were wondering anyway how I felt so good, how I had that extra pep in my step. And, just as I never even really considered it a business. I didn't do my research probably like Mackenzie did. I was just so obsessed with the products that I was like, why not? This could be really fun. It ended up being like my little outlet outside of my crazy work days. And within less than a year, I want to say 8 months, my Monday paydays with Isagenix were surpassing what I was making at the hospital. And I was working almost 60 hours a week some weeks, and I was missing Christmases with family and Thanksgiving and stuff like that. So as much as I love taking care of patients in the hospital, I absolutely love designing my days now and helping people feel really good, not in the hospital. So so passionate about obviously the products, and have seen them change so many lives, like, you know, from the inside out, but it goes way beyond what you can even imagine when you order that first Frown box, believe me. And I know my sister's on here too, because I don't know why it took me 6 months to share with her. Her story's even a little bit different, but Jesse's just one example of somebody that was in my life that I had kept this secret from. So the friendships, everything, the opportunity, the community, the products, like life-changing isn't even like a big enough word, I don't think. But it's been so amazing. So to even be able to share a little piece of that on here with all of you feels surreal, and 2.5 years has flown by because I think we're just having too much fun. But I don't know, should I introduce Jessie next, or McKen? Yeah, okay, so Jessica is my sister, and she was on her way back from the hospital, so I wonder if she's back and able to hop on with us, but yes, she's back. Cool. Okay, yeah, so I'll pass it over to you, Jessie. I'm so excited for you to share when I finally got the guts to go out there and pass this amazing thing that we have on, and now we get to do this together every day.
Yay. Thank you, Allie. Thank you, Rebecca and Mackenzie. We're so excited. Honestly, you guys, my story starts with Allie. She's the reason I'm here. She's super modest when she shares her story, but she released 45 pounds of Isagenix. She changed her life. She is the reason I even realized I wanted more out of life, and really was the person who allowed me to step into my purpose and my passion, doing what I do now. So my name is Jessica Venables. I am also a nurse. I actually just ran in here. I think I dialed in from my car at first when the call started, and jumped on the computer now here. I think I had a 14-hour day at the hospital. So a little bit like that hamster wheel that Rebecca said that she was on, I'm kind of in that now. But I definitely watched my sister go first. This is Dudley trying to say hi. Come on, buddy. I watched my sister go first, and I really, there was definitely more that I wanted out of life. There was more that I was ready to have. I know if you're on this call right now, there's probably, Dudley, come on, buddy. There's probably a little bit more that you're looking for too. Nutrition, a little bit more out of life, more impact, to serve bigger, whatever it may be. You're probably just like us. And I really needed that. So it started with the nutrition and living and working this busy, crazy lifestyle at the hospital, and just in and out of cases, just so busy, as Allie said, working call nights, call weekends, long hours, long days. I really needed nutrition good, that was so good, that could fuel my body and really allow me to operate the way that I was born to operate, right? And the person who I was supposed to be. So I was actually a total skeptic of the products to start. I think I told Allie the very first thing, what was it? No, I only eat organic. And I'm crazy about what I put in my body, super, super cautious of that. And I saw Allie completely lighting up, and I saw how amazing she was doing. But when the first thing that she said, the first thing came in my mouth was, I only eat organic. And she said, well, actually it's higher quality than USDA organic. You might want to take a look at this. So I'm so happy she proved me wrong. And I'm so happy I jumped in and got started to fuel my body with this nutrition, and not just lighting up from the inside, but also, from the outside and looking my best, was lighting up from the inside and letting that trickle over into all the other areas of my life. And it started again with watching Allie kind of venture into something more and step into something bigger and get more out of life and more income and impact more people. And so I said, I didn't think I was an entrepreneur at all. I just said, there's nothing, I can't deal with overhead. I can't deal with employees or starting my own business or any of those things. I have no time for that. I need convenience in nutrition because I barely have time to even eat the right things, let alone do something else that's going to require all this time and energy from me. So this opportunity in this business has been such a blessing, because I have literally in the pockets of my day been able to create a second income for myself and my small little family here, just doing what I normally do and sharing what I would have normally shared, even if the compensation plan wasn't attached to it. So that being said, I think it's been 10 months or so of me building this business, I have been able to create such an incredible income. I think, you guys kind of wanted us to share a little bit about maybe our biggest months. My biggest month with Isagenix, I was able to bring in an extra $7,200 on top of what I make full-time with Isagenix. I mean, with my full-time job. So we share that. I share that with you because that's so huge. That's so significant for me. And that didn't require any overhead, any, employees, starting my own, no startup costs. It was just a matter of fueling my body and letting that trickle into all the other areas of my life. So that's a little bit about my story. Yeah.
That's amazing. Kim, do you remember that, Jen?
Yes, and I just want to say, I was so excited to say this, you guys. I'm crying too. When Allie talks about the text message she sent me, my husband and I were on our honeymoon, and this business and this community means it's everything to me. And so I remember getting that text message and like, JJ, look what she sent me. And it was a moment for me to reflect in total transparency on here. It's like, I always thought, for those of you that are tuning in that are like not a part of Isagenix yet and maybe are thinking, well, maybe I could share, look at these beautiful women and look at what they're doing and look at their joy. I mean, seriously, look at the radiance from them. I always assumed, well, people know I do the business, and so I didn't want to push it on people. And that was my mentality. And Allie is such a beautiful example of thank goodness, she saw a bigger vision for herself and she stepped into this. But I just want to encourage any of you guys that are getting so excited. I'm getting so excited all over again that there are people in your life right now that are praying for this solution, whether it's the products or the income opportunity. And so I hope this is just giving you major excitement about what's possible for you with this. So Allie and Jesse, thank you so much. Amazing. And then we have a beautiful friend and a new leader on my team, Jen. Can you come out?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So Jen and I had been following each other on Instagram for a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, almost, yeah.
Yeah, and she's a personal trainer out of Toronto. And so she watched and she really paid attention and she really observed and she saw something that she wanted here. So Jen just joined our team and got on the products. And in her first month, she earned over $1,000. Now she's a personal trainer, so I want her to speak to you as a personal trainer. Really, I don't think people realize how much work. And we were talking about this the other day. She was texting back and forth with a client, and she only sees this client 2 hours out of the week. But you're working with people and texting and talking to people all the time, and you're not paid on that time. So her true passion for helping people transform is so huge, but she wasn't getting paid. She's not getting paid on that time. And so when she saw the opportunity with Isagenix, what was possible with the products and the business, can you share, about first the product?
Okay, so hello, my name is Jen. So what Mackenzie was saying about me observing, I've been here for about 20 months. So if that's a testament to being patient in this business, I am a walking billboard. Well, rather, Mackenzie's a walking billboard for patience. We actually were FaceTiming the other day, and we went through our messages because we were trying to figure out when we first started talking. I actually stumbled across the Babe Campaign's Instagram. At that time, I was trying to grow my own Instagram in the fitness world, just like me and 4 billion other girls. And I came across the Babe Campaign, and I thought, wow, that is something I want to be a part of. Like, all these girls look so happy and successful, and I want to be that. So I reached out to Mackenzie, and I added her on Facebook, and she messaged me 4 times, and I ignored her 4 times, which is super terrible, and I feel really bad. But she persisted. I kept watching her grow. I kept watching her help other people grow, and eventually, I think in May, I reached out again and said, okay, what are you doing? I want to do it. It took a few weeks to get me started, but it was worth every second of waiting for sure. So as a personal trainer, my cat is banging on the door. As a personal trainer, I got into the business because I wanted to help people first and foremost. I was leading an active lifestyle. I know how important it is. And so I have been a personal trainer for almost 2 years now. And I wish I would have found this 2 years ago. So not only for myself, I've had all the same results as everyone else, the energy, people have commented, well, not right now, but my skin is glowing. I look like Casper right now, but I have really no weight to release personally, but that wasn't important to me. And that just kind of shows how this can work for anyone, whether you have 20 pounds, 50 pounds, or want to gain weight, even gain a little bit of muscle. This is for everyone. So, I mean, I don't really weigh myself, but over the last month, my energy levels have gone through the roof. And what's even better is a bunch of my clients have been on it. I probably have about maybe 16 clients on it now. A lot of them are just finishing up their cleanse, and the results have been amazing. My aunt Jackie is actually in this call right now watching. She just finished her 30-day reboot yesterday. She's released 15 pounds, and we did a body test. I know, she's doing amazing. We did a body test at my gym to really show, congrats Auntie, to really show the internal results of this system. So I know I've heard it before, cleanses are just water weight, you're just dropping water. Well, her results showed that she actually went up. I have memorized these figures. She went up 0.2 pounds of water, so she didn't drop any water weight. She went up in muscle. She lost 14.5 pounds of pure fat, and she dropped 3 levels of visceral fat. So as you know, visceral fat is the fat that is surrounding our organs, very unhealthy fat, leads to diabetes, heart disease, cancer. She was a level 12 before 31 days ago. She's now a level 9, so she has entered the healthy level for visceral fat. So I'm very, very proud of her. So her, amongst many of my other clients, they've had amazing results. And I wish I would have found this sooner because, like Mackenzie said, most of my clients, I'm spending 2, 3, 4 max hours a week. There's 168 hours in a week. So they look to me as if I'm a magician and I'm going to turn them into a supermodel after 2 months. I wish that was the case, but I'm sure we all know it's a lot harder than that. It's a long-term lifestyle, really, to be fit and healthy. And so it's very easy for people to get discouraged. But when I'm only with you 3, maybe 4 out of 168 hours in a week, a lot of that is out of my hands. And it's always going back to what's on your plate. And I know there's a lot of factors. There's genetic and health factors. Some people are on medication that maybe make it a little bit more difficult than the person beside them. But regardless, I needed something that wasn't a meal plan, because let's be honest, who sticks to a meal plan? Not me. And probably not you, and probably not any of my clients, so I'm not going to waste my time. Also, I don't know how to cook. So I don't think the meal plan would be overly exciting for someone to purchase off me. So I needed something that literally showed up at their door, did not require large amounts of time, planning, cooking, anything like that. It's pretty much foolproof. The reason they come to me is because they don't know how to get to where they want to be. So that is probably ringing true for their nutrition as well. So, I mean, the results show how amazing this nutrition is and how good it's been for my business. Obviously, having fitness and nutrition together is pretty much vital for a personal trainer. You can't really have one without the other. You can eat really well, but you'll be weak. And you can work out and then go and eat 10 chocolate bars at home and still be really unhappy and lethargic and not healthy, really, from the inside. So this has kind of been the best thing I could have done for my business. I'm working 12-hour days, and I'm hoping in the next few months those can be reduced and I can spend more one-on-one time with people rather than spreading myself so thin, because I'm sure I look like I haven't slept in 17 days. But yeah, so if anyone is having any doubts, you can go on my Instagram. I post all my transformations for my clients. This has also helped me tremendously with my IBS. The live enzymes in the protein, in the shakes, The probiotics have helped me insanely. I was actually hospitalized in June for my IBS. They thought I was actually having appendicitis, and then they thought I was having they thought I had endometriosis. And it turned out from my CAT scan, TMI, I was completely full of fecal matter. And I was literally bursting from the inside out. And I know it's an awkward topic to talk about, but it's a very real thing that a lot of people struggle with. And I've been very open about my IBS, especially on my Instagram, and I get messages all the time from girls, and you would be surprised how many people struggle with it too. So let's just say the last 30 days has alleviated a lot of my pains, a lot of my struggles that led to a lot of confidence issues, feeling bloated and sluggish. And I looked 3 months pregnant, even though I'm 125 pounds, and it was horrible. But I'm not saying it cured it, because I definitely have a little way to go with that still. But I can't even explain how good it's been for me. So if anyone has any kind of stomach issues, definitely look into the shakes, the Isocomfort, it's called in Canada. I think it's Isoflush in the US. Yeah. Bentonite, volcanic ash, basically sucks in all the toxins, lets you release them. It has peppermint in it, which obviously has menthol. You'll see that in a lot of muscle relaxants. So that actually helps relax the muscles in your stomach. Magnesium, obviously, also a muscle relaxant, slows down the system in terms of anxiety, but also with muscle spasms that a lot of people get with IBS. So there's so many products out there. Reach out to whoever invited you to this chat and see how we have so many products that could work for you.
Yay, I love having another nutrition nerd on here. This is actually the first time Jen and I have seen each other face to face. Well, talk. And just like she said, and I love that you put that disclaimer on, we can't say that, Isagenix cures, treats, or prevents any medical condition, but what we do know is when you give the body what it needs, it performs like the miracle that it is. So a lot of people get started because they're looking for a little bit more weight wellness or a little more energy, but tummy trouble is something I hear so many people improve on, is just feeling good, not feeling bloated, all of that. But I actually wanted to really quickly share one of my photos, and I started this for weight wellness, but one of the other categories is healthy aging. And I am a few months away from turning 39, and I feel, and I definitely think I look, younger and more vibrant than I did. Well, that was 6 years ago. I feel better than I felt in my 20s though, which is terrifying. That was I started my 20s 18 years ago. So, Isagenix is just such an incredible solution. And even though we had a lot of health nerds on this call, 2 nurses, and I'm certified holistic health and nutrition, and, a personal trainer that obviously knows her stuff, the importance of this is you don't need to know it all. In fact, it's not at all important. All you need to know is that this is a gift for our bodies, but it's also a gift for so much more. So I just want to quickly bring Mackenzie back on to wrap up the call, because Mackenzie, like she said, she is an entrepreneur. That is her obsession. It wasn't health, but she found something that provides her sustainable health while being an answer to more time, more freedom, more fun, more impact, more community, more health, more convenience, more travel. I mean, all of the mores. So Kens, come on back out.
Well, I just thank you everyone for sticking with us and hearing these beautiful stories. There's my transformation. Miss Lindsay, she's on the line. I just hope everyone's feeling so excited and, with what's possible with Isagenix, the community, the products, the financial opportunity. Lindsay was she's one of my dearest friends, and she was so kind and supportive, but she was like, I'm never going to do that. And I was like, okay. And we were at a wedding together, and had too much wine the night before and woke up, and she's a big runner. Her and her husband are amazing athletes. You guys, they just qualified for the Boston Marathon, which I will be at the finish line cheering them on. So she's an amazing athlete, and I made her a pumpkin spice shake the morning after the wedding. And she was like, whoa, this is really good. And I was like, that's why I talk about it. That's why I eat it. It tastes good. So she's actually amazing. She's a senior financial analyst, and she's building this business on the side as well, on top of marathon training. So just so many amazing stories, you guys. And what I think I'm excited most about is that there's someone here for you. So whether you're a mother, you're a student, you're a nurse, whatever you do, we have someone in our community that story might really resonate with you, or someone you know. So we're here to serve you and share more with you always. But I just wanted to put out a challenge there to people. If you're on this call and you are not on Isagenix yet, will you please reach out to the person that invited you to this call or who you saw it through? Always go back to the person that you found this amazing information through. And will you get started finally? Will you join us in Isagenix? And if you're on this call and you're using the products, and you're sitting here and you're the person that's plugging in these calls, but you're not sharing this yet, or you don't feel you are ready to share, I hope you're feeling inspired by these beautiful stories, these beautiful women. And if you need help with what it looks like to share, reach out to us, reach out to your leaders whoever team you're on. We would love to kind of help craft and cast a bigger vision, if it wasn't on this call yet, for what's possible for you, both with the product and the income opportunity. And what I love is that, we all have different communities down here. We've all been able to grow a beautiful team and our tribe. And Allie is in New Jersey, and she's a beautiful community called Your Best You, with her sister Jessie, who's in Boston, and Jen's killing it in Toronto, and I'm here in Pensacola, Florida, with a beautiful community nationwide. So just know that we have so many beautiful communities for you to join, and also there's a need and a space for you to start building your community and loving on others through the opportunity with the products and financial with Isagenix. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll be sure to post this recording. If you have any questions, please reach out to any of us. We'd love to answer them. Make sure you do go back to the person that sent you on this call, though. That's very important. And we will see you next Tuesday for another opportunity call. So if you love this, come back next week and we'll bring some more to you. Have a good night, everyone.